So just to give you an update with the solar, so I've got a Kickass, I should say, 300 watt solar panel outside. So I've just put that outside probably like 10 minutes ago. And before that, we were using about, I think around the 460, 470 mark in watts. Now obviously I've got the King's 75 litre fridge on cool on both sides. On mine is 4. Obviously I've got the inverter running also. With the solar panel just been on for 10 minutes, or maybe, yeah, about 10 I would say. It's gone from about 470 watts running off the battery, and I'm down to 210 off the battery now. So what's that? 210, 310, 410. So that's working pretty good. The solar panel's working pretty good. And it's telling me on the app, I'll try and remember to take a screenshot because I haven't got the app open at the moment. I've got the camera on my phone. I should have used my GoPro. It's telling me I can run the air conditioner for about 18 hours at the moment. Now obviously we're not going to run it nowhere near like that. So that gives us still heaps of power to run induction, hot plate, our air fryer, our microwave, our fridge. Yeah, so yeah, that's not a problem at all. I'm glad we went with the big power setup. I'm glad that's where we spent a lot of our money on our setup. Let's get a good battery system. So if you can afford it, and you want to be off grid and maybe use some sort of air conditioning, or you just want to have that luxury of having extra power for your appliances and gadgets, and you're using laptops and stuff like that. Yeah, don't go crazy on storage in your van. Like we didn't put any cupboards up the top. Probably a bit hard to see, it's a bit dark. We've got a queen size bed. I can fit 9 plastic tubs underneath and still slide our umbrellas and stuff underneath there. We use the Campack bags, and I only have a couple tubs now. So I've got so much storage underneath. And then on this side of the bed at the back, we've got our 2x300 lithiums enclosed. We've got all our electrical down there. Plus I've still got heaps of storage down here. You know, I've got our defibrillator, our heater, cask of water down here, our microwaves down here, air fryer, our toilets is there. In the back I've got our big first aid kit and a container, jerry can of water, plus all my other little gadgets I carry. Normally our bed is pretty cleared, but because I've been doing things today and because we haven't been travelling over the holidays, I put a few things on the bed. But generally there's very little on the bed because we want to have it that if it's tight and we want to just hop into bed and pull up, we can just do it. Generally the only things I'll move might be the shades for the windows, and I might have one bag of mixed stuff and maybe our fan. I'm glad we put Velcro on the walls, because we can Velcro so many things to the wall, like all our remote controls are Velcro on. For our max fan, our heater control, our air conditioning control will go there. You know, we've got things up there. This is a picture, a painting we got bought from a painter at Cooper Pedy. This is one that Kerry done. But yeah, if you're going to get a conversion done, think what you need. Like we've got by with no cupboards up the top. We have a tub for clothes, we have a tub for towels, and stuff like that. We've got like a tub each or a bag each for our clothes, and a tub with towels and hand towels and face washers in. Then we've got a tub down the bottom for all our cookware, and then in the drawers that I showed you before, we put our food down the bottom, our coffee. When we do go off grid, we don't go out in the desert, you know, so we're never that far from the IGA shops when you get to country towns. Plus we've got a big fridge here, you know, so we can we make our own ice in the freezer section and stuff like that. So just keep that in mind if you're doing a camper van. You know, everyone's different, and people want what we want, someone else doesn't want, and what they want, that's not what we want. So there's no right or wrong. You do what you want. But for us, we prioritise our battery system, our electrical setup, and instead of putting cupboards all around the top everywhere. We didn't need them. It's just to be extra weight. We end up putting more junk in them. You know, since we've had the van a year ago, we have took out so much stuff, put some things in. Because you always end up taking more things than you think you need. Especially I do, because I'm a bit of a gadget person and stuff. But that is nice. It's nice and cool. I know I'm raving on way too long. But I'm loving the size. I'm loving that I've made that tube quite compact, so it's not very long going out the window there. Just got the drain into the bag they supply, which is just hanging down behind the fridge, which is not near any electrical components. And it's nice that if you want to, when you're not using it and we take it with us, we can move it around the van without it being too heavy and bulky. And it's like I said, we changed things around a little bit, so we've got even more room in here and there. So yeah, I think for a camper van, I think it's ideal. And maybe a small motorhome and a small caravan. But maybe it will work in a bigger caravan. You know, if your caravan's really insulated pretty good. You know, I know some caravans have a lot of windows, and generally they're only tinted. People, you know, I haven't seen many caravans with blockout shades on, or maybe they do. So I've never had a caravan before, so we've lived in one a long time ago, but I can't comment about a caravan because I haven't had a caravan, so I don't want to give people the wrong information. But yeah, see how we go.